Are you stuck in that one step because you keep trying to perfect that one step? Hey, it's Don Skaggs, again with Empowered Inventing TV, where we try to help you help other people by taking your great innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that with sound wisdom, so you, no, not someone else, but you, dear listener, can turn them into real things like products and businesses that make money. Now, I got a question for you today, and that is, are you still trying to perfect that one step in your inventing or entrepreneur journey, and do you feel like you're stuck because you're just it's not perfect yet? Don, it just needs to be perfect. I just need 3 more weeks. I need another month, Don. I just need 6 more months. And months and years will by while you're trying to do that, by the way. So here's some important things I want you to remember to avoid this very, very real danger of perfectionism for inventors and entrepreneurs. And first thing you've got to realize is that it's never going to be perfect. It really never is. Perfection is a mirage in this world. I'm sorry to have to break that to you, but it just really is. It's always in the distance. It's always just out of reach, and you just can't get to it. And it's like, oh, but Don, you don't understand. I just need this much more time to work on this. A lot of times it's with prototypes. I see this with engineers and prototypes a lot. And you're like, no, Don, I just need to work on this a little more. I need to get this a little more. I need to just sand this a little more, shave a little bit of this off, hone this a little more. But it's never going to be perfect. Now, another thing, point 2, is that your idea of perfect and your customer's idea of perfect are likely 2 different definitions. Completely different things. This is not about you. This is about them. And I'll see so many inventors, and they'll spend so much time, money, energy, and if and when they do finally get it to market, they get it to market, and then they're usually the disappointment is exponentially greater because you have spent an inordinate amount of time trying to make it perfect to you. And now you suddenly face the realization that it is not perfect to them. As a matter of fact, they might not even like it. So now you've got to do this whole other iteration. And we'll talk about that too here in a second. But they will surprise you with what they really, really want. This is why they call it an MVP. That does not always stand for most valuable player. It also stands, and I think should be a more known definition, of minimum viable product. In other words, just get it enough to get it out there. Do all those right things, things we teach, of course. The right strategy to protect yourself in a lean way, the right way to get your optics right first, the right way, just like we show in our idea steps. At poweredinventing.com, you can request that. We'll send you one. But you can, once you get it out there, you've worked on it internally, and you've built your Franken-type, and you've got it humming, and now you build a demo type, and now maybe you've done a small run, and now maybe you're ready to launch it and test the marketplace. Well, there's a whole other iteration of perfecting it, if you will, that you'll face once it hits the customer. No battle plan ever survives contact with the enemy, is a great general's quote once. And the same is true once it gets out there. The customer's going to look at it and they're going to say, I don't like that thing. You might think, well, that's the best thing about it. What's the best thing about it to you? It's not the best thing about it to them. It's very, very important. Their idea of perfect and yours could be completely two different things. And they will surprise you by what they want, but you want to use that as leverage for innovation. Another thing, sometimes we use perfection as an excuse when we're really, what we should be saying, if we were to be honest and truthful with ourselves, is the word procrastination. If we were to be honest with ourselves, we own up to the fact that we're really letting fear hold us back from that next probably scary to you step, because it's unknown, maybe you've not learned how to do it yet, and it's holding you back. It's like, oh, well, you know, I'm an engineer kind of person, I like to work on stuff, so I'm going to keep working on this prototype and making it more perfect and more perfect and more perfect, and you're scared of this next optics step, you're scared of this next lean protection step, you're scared of this marketing contact with the customer step, and that's holding you back because you're really afraid of delving into that. Perfectionism will make you lose your focus on what's important. Your priority of getting your idea to the market successfully. Now that's your priority. What's your priority? I want to get this to the market. I want to help other people. I want those people to say thank you and send me certificates of appreciation called dollar bills. That's what I want to do. That's the focus. But what you end up doing a lot of times is that using that perfection, and all of a sudden you become myopic. You're focused on the perfectionism of getting it. Oh, Don, it's got to be just right. You don't know what just right is. Just like I said before, a customer's going to know what's right, and they're going to tell you what's right. So you're not going to get it just right, but you're so focused on that you have lost sight of the true goal of getting it to the marketplace and getting customers to start vetting it and telling you what's right about it and what's not right about it. Now, how do you avoid a lot of these dangers? Well, number one is look at your idea, product, your business as a constant work in progress. It'll never be finished. It'll never be perfect. It'll never be complete. It's always, you could have a product that's been successful in the marketplace for 5 years and it's still needing to evolve. As a matter of fact, if it doesn't evolve, then somebody's probably going to come up with some other innovation and leapfrog you. So you've got to constantly be innovating. And with that mindset, you've got to know it's never going to be perfect. Perfect is an ongoing process. And this is a very good thing. It will constantly evolve. If you're constantly evolving your product into an evolving marketplace, and you're saying, ooh, well, we're going to come out with this. Yeah, I know you bought these before, but this is the new and improved version. What do you think they have the new improved version? Because they're evolving with the marketplace. Another thing is to keep the market development fails, keep the market demo type fails in perspective to your development. So in other words, know that the demo, you've got the Frankentype, okay, well that didn't work, I'm going to fix it, that didn't work, I'm going to fix it. And internally, you're making it hum, you're making it run. Oh, now, Don, it's running really good. Okay, let's pretty this up, make a nice demo type. Let's get that out in the marketplace. After we've done our other steps, let's get this out in the marketplace and let's see what the customer has to say. The demo types are going to fail. The customer's going to say, oh, yeah. So you have to keep that in perspective. That is part of the development process. And if you're trying to perfect it before it hits the marketplace and trying to make it perfect, you're missing part of your development process. Another thing, lastly, hone the skills needed for your next step in advance. This is very important because this will help you deal with the fear of that next unknown step. A lot of times this is, again, I've said this so many times, a lot of these inventors and entrepreneurs out there, you folks know the nuts and bolts. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And a lot of you times it boils down to behavior. Sometimes our behaviors, we can get the behaviors right, the nuts and bolts is the much easier part many times. So if you're letting fear hold you back and using that perfectionism as an excuse, then you need to face that fear. What am I worried about with this next step? Oh yeah, marketing. I don't really understand that. I don't really know. Well, if you learn, if you acquire those skills, you hang around other people who are good at those things, and you learn and you glean and you absorb things from them, then you can arm yourself and dispel those fears to help you trudge on to that next step. So are you struggling with perfectionism? How are you dealing with it? Let me know in the comments. And for more on making good progress with your idea, I'd encourage you to join us at kyinventors.org. We do 3 different kinds of events every month. Some of them you have to be a member, some of them you can just join us, and we'd love to have you. So I'm Don Skaggs, this is Empowered Inventing TV. Like, subscribe, help us to build that tribe, and I'll look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, online course, or on the next video.